So, we are going to talk today about responsible AI. What is responsible AI? Responsible AI is not just one thing, it's multifaceted and comprises of several elements and aspects. Number one, in aspect of responsible AI is data privacy. As we know, AI is being heavily used by enterprises, and their main concern today is data privacy. They don't want their data to be used unethically without their permission or being sent somewhere. So that is responsible AI. When the customer is trusting us, we have to fulfill the number one requirement, which is the privacy of the data, and do it ethically. Second, sustainability. Now, sustainability in reference to Gen AI is kind of counterintuitive because the heavy compute intensive, the data centers and stuff, so much power usage. So it's kind of like what's sustainability with Gen AI. But still, it is, first of all, of course, with even the requirement, we have to look for alternate energy sources. And the big company, the model maker, they're doing that. They are finding out alternative sources of energy and also reducing the power usage as much as you can. But given that, we still can have to take the environmental concerns and see, like, if you don't need bigger models, you use smaller models, distilled models. You don't need a axe for like something that can be done with a scissor or something. So that's a cliche now. But so small steps in that in terms of sustainability, and it has to be part of your design, not like something that check mark. Third is, of course, which is also the most important, and which is kind of when we started with LLM, safety and security. Like anybody could give any prompt and then hack the system. Now we've come a long way from that. When people use like, okay, how to make a bomb and stuff, and we have the attempts for jailbreaks and prompt injection, and all the models now are being cautious and. So that's that, but that concern is still there and safety and security. That's responsible AI. Another key thing is bias. Now, we know that the models respond based on the data that they are trained on. So, the data that they're trained on is very important and it should not have bias built in. For example, we saw earlier models long back, now long back, were had issues like gender or race, cultural, because they were only trained on, they were responding based on the limited data that they were trained on. So, as developers or users, we have to be conscious that there is no inbuilt bias in the AI systems that we are using or developing, and and again, it has to be organic, because once when they tried to fix some of these models, they swinged in another direction. Then it looked biased to the other way around. So it has to be a little organically done, but we have to be conscious about it. And then lastly, I mean, similarly, there are several things, but lastly, to ensure that we are doing responsible AI, there has to be regulation and governance at your end and regulation from the government side. And then you have to be compliant. Now, regulation, it can't be it shouldn't be like handcuffs while developing and stuff. Like, it should not curtail innovation, but still there is big requirement for regulation and compliance, and then data governance at your side. So this is like a brief um, kind of description of what all responsible AI comprises of. But main thing is that it should not be an afterthought, and it should be part of your design. And you have to, like, whether you are being using AI or whether you are developing, you have to have responsible and ethical use of AI so that more and more people can use without having trust issues. Now we know what agents are. They are autonomous systems that solve like that a business problem or implement a process and take independent decisions and actions and simulate human-like behavior to increase human efficiency or help them. And so they're completely autonomous. So then, because they're completely autonomous and they work asynchronously without human input, it's all the more important that they are built robustly and they don't take unethical actions, which they can, right? Say an agent can go and access data that it is not supposed to, or it can take a wrong action, or it can send your data to a place or a third party where it's not supposed to. So it's highly important that like these things are considered while designing agentic system. An agent can go rogue. Like, I mean, these are just pieces of software, and suppose they access some data and they take wrong action. So if it is not do or die, it's fine. You'll get wrong output, or your system may not work, but it can do, instead of that, it can do like work with prompt injection or jailbreaking and things like that. We had initial concern with LLMs. They are even more pronounced with agents because there is no human in the loop here. uh, so it's really imperative that when we design agentic systems, we take the responsible AI and governance and compliance and safety and security as part of our design. And it has to be from the beginning, like there has to be governance built in from the beginning. Now, this problem hasn't been solved because the agents are new. We are right now just trying to make sure that agents work, demonstrate that agents work. Agents can solve problems. Multi-agentic systems can exist and work seamlessly. But this is the time that we need to put responsible AI, ethical AI, or security issues, and design taking these issues into consideration from the start itself, and not as an afterthought.